You wake up inside a habitat where every sound matters. The hum of filters, the vibration of pumps, the controlled light simulating morning. Here, waking up is not natural. It's engineered. A Martian habitat isn't a room. It's a living machine. Meters of tubing, compressors, micro heaters, pressure valves, all working together to keep you at 1 atmosphere while the world outside sits near 0. Every corridor you walk is part of a system trying to keep you alive. Your breath enters this web, stripped of carbon dioxide, dried, cleaned, reheated, and returned to you again. On Earth, air is free. On Mars, it is manufactured. Oxygen is the hardest resource here. It's produced gram by gram, split from water or squeezed from the thin Martian air, monitored by sensors every second. Every valve, seal, and power line matters, because a small drift in output becomes a big problem fast. The margin for error? Practically 0. The habitat itself is a gigantic life support machine in the shape of a home, where every pump, filter, valve, and circuit plays a vital role in keeping people breathing and the pressure stable. On Mars, every breath is engineered. Outside is toxic, near-vacuum air. Inside is a carefully tuned mix of oxygen, nitrogen, and humidity that has to stay within narrow limits hour after hour. Oxygen generation is a primary concern, with electrolysis systems quietly splitting water into oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for storage, turning simple tanks of water into the colony's invisible lungs. Experimental processors also pull oxygen straight out of the thin Martian atmosphere, slowly stripping CO2 and turning it into a backup supply that could one day feed larger habitats and even rocket fuel plants. Every sensor matters. Monitors constantly track pressure, oxygen, CO2, and trace contaminants, because on Mars, the air itself is the most precious resource and the first early warning system when something goes wrong. Water on Mars is a closed loop, captured from every source: tanks, ice, condensation, and even human waste, then sent back through filters and membranes until almost every molecule is reused. From gray water to drinkable, every drop passes through rigorous treatment: settling tanks, filters, UV and chemical polishing, turning yesterday's shower into tomorrow's drinking water or hydroponic feed. This closed loop touches every part of daily life, from strict shower timers and laundry schedules to collectors that scrape condensation off walls and pipes so that almost nothing is lost. Food on Mars starts as cargo rations, but shifts to green racks of lettuce and herbs replacing foil meals. Hydroponic farms are vital, not just for fresh vitamins. The smell of damp leaves, the sound of pumps, and the sight of something alive become a psychological anchor in an otherwise lifeless world. These early farms are more than food sources. They are test beds for future Martian agriculture and quiet refuges where crew can step out of metal and regolith and stand, for a moment, inside a tiny patch of green, breathing air that smells faintly of plants instead of machinery. A small reminder of Earth and a preview of what a larger Martian ecosystem could one day become. Power is life on Mars. Lights out can mean pumps stop, heaters freeze, and air stops circulating. So every kilowatt is budgeted, tracked, and prioritized long before anyone plugs in a laptop. Solar arrays spread across the regolith, but they are always vulnerable to unpredictable dust storms that dim the sun. Coat panels in fine grit and can slash power output just when it is needed most. Compact nuclear reactors fill the gap, humming quietly through night and storm, providing a steady, weather-independent backbone of power that keeps habitats warm and systems running when solar drops away. Stepping outside is a full EVA, not sci-fi heroics. Suit checks, radio checks, leak tests, and tool checks turn into a long ritual, because one forgotten step in the checklist can turn a routine task into an emergency. The airlock cycle is a slow, critical transition, pressure bleeding down, fans roaring, dust filters armed, as you leave shirt sleeve air behind and step into a world only a few millibars away from vacuum. Every EVA is scripted in advance, No casual walks, only tightly timed routes for maintenance and sampling, all planned to finish before suit resources and human stamina run out. Outside, Mars is silent except for suit hiss and regolith crunch under boots. Gravity is light, the horizon close, and every movement slow and deliberate because a fall or torn glove here is not an option. A normal Martian day begins with delayed messages from Earth, unread pings from home, and a schedule packed with checklists, reminding everyone that routine here is carefully engineered inside a completely unnatural place. Morning briefings circle around life support dashboards, power flows, and outside weather. Instead of traffic reports and office gossip, the topics are radiation levels, dust forecasts, and the health of pumps. Evenings mean exercise to fight low gravity, shared meals around a tiny table, and video calls that arrive minutes late, where laughter and silence both travel across millions of kilometers. Under all the hardware and procedures, Mars is still a place where people wake up tired, joke over coffee, and argue about music. The real question becomes, what kind of society slowly grows inside this sealed box? In a world of recycled air, shared risks, and no easy escape, status, culture, and politics will evolve differently. A Martian town may value cooperation over competition and trust over secrecy, or still repeat our old mistakes on a new world.